I don't know what the hell I'm doing here with the technology. But it's really interesting to see how attached we are to our various conveniences. We've basically um, formulated our lives in certain ways. And a lot of those have to do with our comforts that are provided by cable, our connections, and also our electricity. So it does take some getting used to. Now, in the middle of all this, it's easy to feel like we are experiencing the plagues, like we're in the time of the plagues, right? The universe seemingly doesn't care about us right now. And how do we handle all that? How do we handle things when they're all kind of collapsing in at once, or if we conceive that they're all collapsing in on us at one time? Well, I think the first thing that we need to do is we need to have a sense of perspective and a sense of control. Perspective is distance with time and space, right? Like things always seem better when you're looking at them from a distance, whether that distance is from a physical distance or you've had some time to consider it and it just is a memory. So, one thing that we always say that people should do is get out of the house. Go outside, walk around, look at things, right? You're literally giving yourself space. You're getting away from all of those things that might trigger you. You know, you're seeing that it's not so bad, that the birds are still chirping and the sun is still shining. So that's always a very healthy thing to do. We've been recommending not listening to the media, and it's not a thing against the media. It's not that they're evil or anything. It's just that bad news, when it's a torrent like that, it's really hard to be positive. It affects our mood. It doesn't matter how strong you think you are. It's going to affect your mood eventually. And I understand that people want to know, because in knowing, usually there's a sense of power, right? Knowledge is power. But I think there's too much knowing. And I think a little distance from that, from hearing all of these bad things all the time, I think that can be very therapeutic. And when we want to get a sense of control, it's a really good idea to just choose one thing. Choose one thing in your life that you know that you could handle. With all these things that we can't handle, with all these things that are above us and beyond our control, if we can just get one thing that we can get on top of, you know, to that degree, then we are in control. Now, with us, obviously, at FinTech, our thing is always weight. And it's also health. And these things are really interrelated, weight and health. And handling weight and having people lose weight, that's our entry into helping a person with their overall health. I can think of no better thing to do. Understand that everything in your immediate life, everything that you can control, whether it's your family, whether it's your work, whatever it is, you are at the center of that. Your health is absolutely vital. Health, one of the definitions of health is really the ability to deal, right? Whether that's physical health, like the ability to deal with viruses or bacteria, or it's emotional health, which is the ability to deal really with the circumstances. That's a pretty good definition of health, right? We have to be able to deal with our challenges. And so there's no better thing that you can do than invest some time and effort and energy into improving your health. The thing about weight is this, is that weight is not only affecting our health adversely, it's also a result of having health that's not ideal, right? The healthier we are, the better we're able to burn fat, the better we're able to stay lean, assuming that lifestyle-wise we're doing everything correctly. And weight is affecting everything. That's the funny thing, and that's the interesting thing about this, is that there's really no aspect of life, generally for people, that's not affected by their weight. So that includes energy level. That includes mood. That includes self-esteem. There are mental, emotional, physical, psychological factors that are all coming together at once. And that's why we want to get control of our weight. We want to be lean. We want to get control of our ability to eat. If nothing else, it'll affirm to us that we are in charge. One thing that I have people do sometimes, and believe me, they don't love me for doing this, is I will tell them if they're struggling, okay, here's what you need to do. You need to get your favorite food lay it out on the table, sit down, sit in front of it, smell it, and then take it, pick it up, walk over to the garbage and throw it in the garbage. Now, obviously, all kinds of drama comes from this, right? The idea of wasting food is a shame. It's a sin. We all know this, and just that attachment and the ability to do that is really difficult for people. But I'll tell you what, the people who I've challenged to do this and the people who've done this, they've been so happy on the other side because they've been able to assert to themselves that, yes, they're in control. It's not the food that's in control. And really, there can only be one boss. So I would encourage you, if you're struggling, do that. Draw a line. All right, take a day. Don't eat for a day. Do a fasting day. Something like that, to where you can very dramatically draw a line and assert that, yes, it's me who's in control. It's not the food. I can make the choice myself. All right. So those are a few tools for you. I hope that you apply them. Of course, you should always feel free to reach out to us. We have various ways to help. We're getting into a state, it's funny, usually people would start to think about going back to school now, and we don't know what's going to be with school, and as frustrating as that is. So normally people would be making their plans to come back and be seen again by other human beings. And that's a very good encouragement, right? That's a very good motivation for getting yourself in shape. This year, that might not be the case, but we need to find a different motivation. The motivation needs to be just intrinsic, just how we feel and how we're able to deal with our circumstances right now and how we're able to help other people. All right. So feel free to reach out to us, to the office. We're always here to help. And God bless. All right. Take care.